Another YC company just crossed the billion-dollar line. 8 Sleep just raised $100 million at a billion-dollar valuation. But the real story isn't the funding. It's how they went from being just another mattress startup to creating the category of sleep fitness. Let's dive in. But before we start, if you like this content, those stories of YC startups, this behind the scenes of the VC world, please consider subscribing. I publish every week. Thank you very much. 8 Sleep went through YC in the summer 2015 batch, and honestly, their first 5 years were forgettable. They looked pretty much like every other player in the space. Mattress in a box, IoT gadgets, wearables. If you squinted, honestly, you couldn't really tell them apart from Casper or Sleep Number. That's the trap that most founders fall into, is positioning yourself in an existing box. And of course, when you're compared to incumbents with bigger balance sheets and deeper distributions, well, you lose. The turning point was when they stopped selling a mattress and started selling sleep fitness. This was not a rebrand, it was a reframe of the entire company. Instead of competing for mattress buyers, they evangelized performance optimization. As the co-founder Alexandra Zatarain puts it, your goal as a brand builder becomes to make that category a thing. You're building a movement. That's how winners are made, not by playing someone else's game, but by writing the rules of a new one. And of course, this reminds me of other YC startups that made it very big. Airbnb reinvented the entire travel industry. Coinbase, in a way, reinvented crypto, made it accessible for everyone, and Stripe reinvented online payments. Of course, the narrative only works if the product is real. So 8 Sleep's pod isn't just a bed, it's a SleepOS. There's biometric sensors baked into the cover, there's dynamic temperature, sound, and elevation adjustment in real time, and no wearables required. It's just a regular bed where you go to sleep. Pretty amazing. Backed by their proprietary data of billions of sleep hours, they built personalization at scale. The results speak for themselves. More than $500 million of sales to date. They 10x'd their revenue since 2019, and out of the last 8 quarters, 7 were profitable. Category creation plus execution equals valuation expansion. And the market agrees. In August 2025, just a few days ago, 8 Sleep closed a $100 million Series D led by Ace AG with Valor Equity, Founders Fund, YC, and even Formula 1 stars like Charles Leclerc on the cap table. That doubled their valuation from just 2021, from $500 million to $1 billion. YC mints yet another unicorn. So where does it go from here? Well, they're already working on an AI sleep agent, pursuing FDA approval for medical use cases like sleep apnea and menopause, opening showrooms, and expanding into China. If they pull it off, 8 Sleep won't just be a consumer brand. They'll be a healthcare company with insurance reimbursement upside. That's a much bigger TAM than mattresses, don't you agree? This is the pattern across YC's breakout winners. The biggest companies don't just ship features, they reframe markets. Airbnb created Belong Anywhere, not vacation rentals. Brex created the YC founders credit card, not just fintech. And 8 Sleep created sleep fitness, not just mattresses. So the founder takeaway is pretty simple. Stop fitting in. If you're compared to incumbents, you've already lost. If you build the category, if you own the movement, then the valuation will follow. 8 Sleep is YC's latest proof point, the power of category design backed by real product execution. From mattress in a box copycat to a billion-dollar company. That's not luck. That's strategy. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next week for the next video.